Yeah. Digital gold shining bright in my eye. The future is here, we don't need to ask why. Spinning blocks on the chain while the digits fly. Stacking up high, reaching for the blue sky. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, everybody wants in. Riding the wave, it's a digital win. Bitcoin, let the party begin. Got the keys to the vault, let the future spin. Zeros and ones got me feeling alive. Crypto buzzing, we're on overdrive. From the screen to the dream, watch it all thrive. Breaking down the walls, we're ready to arrive. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, everybody wants in. Riding the wave, it's a digital win. Bitcoin, let the party begin. Got the keys to the vault, let the future spin. Rolling through the matrix faster than light. A wallet in my hand and the glow in sight. No middle, no banks, just the airwaves ignite. Dancing to the rhythm, new world taking flight. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, everybody wants in. Riding the wave, it's a digital win. Bitcoin, let the party begin. Got the keys to the vault, let the future spin. Rolling through the matrix faster than light. A wallet in my hand and the glow in sight. No middle, no banks, just the airwaves ignite. Dancing to the rhythm, new world taking flight. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, everybody wants in. Riding the wave, it's a digital win. Bitcoin, let the party begin. Got the keys to the vault, let the future spin.
Testies 1, testies 2. Sean, what are you doing? I had to make sure that they were there and working.
This is getting very weird. I'm gonna need your order about this one.
Stacking sets, I'm on the chase. Blockchains revving up my pace. Candle spike, I feel the thrill. Bitcoin's got my heart to spill. Oh, moon's in reach. Oh, feel the beat. Oh, bulls break free. Pump it hot, it's me. Pump it, Bitcoin. Pump it, hit the moon. Pump it, pump it, zoom, zoom, zoom. Pump it, the Bitcoin. Pump it, ride the groove. Pump it, pump it, zoom, zoom, zoom. Moon rises, I'm lifting you. Hands bold, my fire's true. You, BTC, it's my spark. Pump like the dark. Woo! Pump it, the Bitcoin. Pump it, hit the moon. Pump it, pump it, zoom, zoom, zoom. Woo! Pump it, the Bitcoin. Pump it, ride the boom. Pump it, pump it, zoom, zoom, zoom. Pump it, the Bitcoin. Pump it, fast and free. Pump it, oh. Pump it, victory. it, zoom, zoom, zoom. Pump it,
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me for the ceremony of the cowbell. Grab your favorite ding-a-ling and give it a little fling until it sings. Clear the air, clear the mind. All the negative things we now bind. There we go.
Pump it, ride the groove. I've got a crypto feeling that tonight's gonna be a bull run. Bull run.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
That tonight's gonna stack some games.
Hope you had a pleasant day.
For fun.
Prepare yourself now for the Turkey Man.
Was that supposed to be sexy? Shut up, Sean. That was it. Was it supposed to be?
Oh, jeez. Here comes the turkey. Waiting on you, Sean.
You always do that. Why are you always putting it on me?
Just hit the button, Sean.
For those of you out there that have hit that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
We need some button education around here. I don't know, like buttons, transition buttons, all these buttons. Welcome to Late Night Crypto Road Dog, ladies and gentlemen. So glad to have you here tonight as we check out Bitcoin, which she went up and then she came down. She does that a lot if you haven't noticed. I've noticed that a lot. She goes up and down. Sometimes she goes a little sideways, like over here. It's kind of contentious as all get out, in my personal opinion. I was on a nice pretty chart, but I decided to bring you over here to this little bare plain one just for poops and giggles. So without zooming out too far and zooming in, because I know you geniuses recognize this chart. Some of you do. Some of you were really like, I don't know. Oh, that one, the 1 minute. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah. Well, the 1 minute is kind of interesting. There's I don't like that so far, but so far we're finding some support on this. This line here, this little teal. Is it teal?
Sean, is it teal? Well, how the hell am I supposed to know? I ain't gay.
What the heck? I don't. Is it this teal line? I get this. Whatever. This kind of light pale. This line over here that I'm. Can you see it? Can you guys see it? I don't know. Maybe it needs to make it thicker. That's what she said. All right, we're gonna make it thicker right there, and that was resistance a while back that we kind of went through. So we're in betwixt it and this guy over here, which is 110,000, which is the 886 Fibonacci from a bigger picture standpoint, and we almost didn't just almost. And now we're in betwixt those two. And now these are normally places where we do see reversals happen. Okay, this is a place where reversals do happen. However, they usually it usually happens when they come up to it, and then they hey man, I understand you've been rejected, but this one is starting to stalk the prices over here about 109. So we got Bitcoin exhibiting some 109k stalking behavior going on, and I'm a little concerned about that because that's not kind of normal. But we have seen this behavior before in the past, and it was somewhere down around here. A similar kind of thing happened, and led to a runaway event here. I don't know if that might happen again. I'm keeping my eyes out because she's acting kind of funny, now flipping resistance area into support, but yet staying away from this resistance area. I guess it's doing a really good job of resisting. But is that where we're headed? Are we headed that way? We probably need to zoom out a little bit, kind of figure out where the hell we are in this sense of things as far as it goes with the Bitcoin and whatnot. And I would like to come to a chart that I haven't mucked up too much that we can share some ideas on and some concepts here tonight. as his music kind of dictates the tone of how things are going to go. We had a pullback. That was our biggest pullback so far, down to right around 100,000. That was pretty sweet, gotta say it was. And when we put our Fibonacci's from there, that was just a little bit below that 236 area. It qualifies. A bounce from here is really strong if it holds. Now, they don't normally hold unless we're really bullish, okay? And it can lead to some really big possible price places, which I'm going to do the meta move rather than grab the fib back out because I'm feeling a little bit lazy. But that takes us right around 135 and $140,000 area. If that area holds and we start making a newer high, this could be what we've been looking for, and that's just kind of wild. It just started from here and never let up. All this time I was expecting pullbacks, and I wonder why. I mean, we didn't get any from over here. Just I guess maybe all that just kind of worked on us and got us down into some disbelief and everything, and forgot that dang Bitcoin, when she gets going, when the supply of Bitcoin is being bought up, the daily supply is just being zapped up all the freaking time. And when the exchanges are starting to get less and less Bitcoin that they're actually holding, it's going to get kind of interesting around here. In fact, I'm going to say this tonight as official. Let's make it official. How can we make it official? We need something to make it official. We need some kind of little graphic, like a boom. Where's the other one? Oh, it goes up dollars and comes down Bitcoin. You can't beat that. It's probably a good idea to start, if you have Bitcoin on exchanges, unless you are actively using that in a position, you know, you're trading with it on a perps or, you know, some kind of leverage thing, I wouldn't just keep it there. Like, if you got some Bitcoin on Coinbase because you hadn't put it over to a hardware wallet or something like that, I would highly encourage you to do that. And for this reason, because Bitcoin gets more scarce. And need I mention, I won't throw AI in here on this, but there's always been scammers, and when Bitcoin gets more in demand, the scammers start coming out. And now we got AI, and we got all this stuff going on, and hacks, and exchanges get hacked, and now we got AI to help get hack exchanges even better. Don't knock the AI thing when it comes to security on these things, or exploits, or leaked information, and all these KYC places. I don't want a KYC. Your information's safe with us, but we need it. Man, it's not safe. Yes, it is. It's very safe. Exploit. Oh, heck. Oh, hey, your information's been like released to like the world. I'm sorry. Just had to tell you. Because required by law, or else we would probably just swept it under the rug. But hey, congratulations. Have a nice day. Anyway, if you have Bitcoin on exchanges, it's probably a good idea to not start trickling it off to a hardware wallet. I'm just saying. This is probably a good time for me to start shilling. I just kind of thought it in transit. But hey, the Tangem wallets for all the cool kids. Hey, I noticed this new design. It's got the cherry blossom, Japanese cherry blossoms. That's cool. I need to pick up another set. If you use the magical word DAWG, you do get an additional 10% off of your Tangem wallet purchases. They also have the Tangem ring. I'm still eyeballing that little thing. Maybe. Alrighty, let's go back over. You can also order, I don't know if you know this, you can go to tangem.com to order your Tangem wallets, but you can also just download the app to your phone from, you know, Play Store, Google, wherever, and you can order your cards through there. Discount works there all the time. Hard to forget, dog. DAWG, always save you 10% on your Tangem wallet. I got you, baby. But if they got a better discount going on, take it. I know times can be scarce, they can be hard, but I do appreciate your support. All right, so I backtracked this idea here that we had, this little guy here, where we came down. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. And I do have a target based on this move to where we might possibly get, and that was taking us up to about 140. Am I tripping? I might be tripping here. Nope, you're right up there with it. And right there on that one little guy right where I'm looking at you. Yep, maybe. Beautiful. That's the 135 that I happened to mention earlier. So those are some possibilities. Now, I'm not saying that we're definitely headed there. I'm saying if we start getting higher highs, we got a likelihood of that being our next major pit stop that we want, our destination that we're trying to achieve here. But there could still be a pullback coming. Now I know full moons are coming and all this, and it's good. But now the full moons can also trigger reversal under if you pay attention to what Gann kind of teaches. It kind of depends on some other little factors of what the moon is doing. But whether it suggests is there periods of high volatility or a possible reversal in some safe situations. But it does look like Bitcoin wants to try to go up, and we've talked about this before, how she didn't quite get as high as she needed to, right? But what I find very bullish, we're pulling back to that 236 fib, and if we can get a move, it could be pretty kind of crazy. And we're going to take this and we're going to apply this trend line now from this bottom right over here, and we're going to assume that that's our new bottom. And when you look at the angles of those candles, that lines up pretty gosh darn nice, pretty sweet, I would say. And it does look like Bitcoin is getting ready to do some stuff, and I'm a little bit bittersweet because I've been trying to set myself up so I can buy it a lot cheaper, right? And I've been being a little cautious on the way up, not to dibble dabble too much and to save it for the bigger pullback. But it looks like we're going to have to go up just a wee bit higher. Now, if we go from swing high to swing low, our next higher high area that commonly plays out for us is going to be in this very sweet little zone. And that's going to be between 119 and 114,000. Nothing's changed from that. Same numbers we've been looking at before. Now is just the time, after a little correction there, a little sell-off, we might have a chance to go get it. Unless we do a double top little thing, and that would just mess with everybody's heads and make people cry, and it wouldn't be pretty. So, but these are some areas that we would expect a pivot point, and then come back and retest some areas, which it may be very shallow. If we want to project ahead just a wee little bit and kind of, pull out the little crystal ball or magic wand or black mirror. If we were to pull a Fibonacci up there and we look for the areas we would look for it to retrace to for another strong move, it would be about 102 to 108, somewhere in that. If, like I'm saying, if we were to make it up to here and maybe we get rejected there, likely we could be around 120. Hey baby, you're right there. If we do make it up there, it's like we would come back to either here and bounce, or down, even back down here and bounce. I wouldn't want to come all the way back down here and bounce, because that sets up for a head and shoulders reversal pattern. That would kind of scare the bejesus out of a lot of people and make people doubt, or hell, that could be the start of the bear market. And when that happens, who knows? Does that happen? Who knows? Don't know. Right now, what I do know is that Bitcoin is keeping trend line very strongly. Even when she shows some signs of weakness, she seems to recover pretty gosh darn quickly, and that is a sign of a bull run, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no other way to look at it, but we smack dab into it. 2025, what we've been waiting for and what's been delayed for the past 2 months, and we started giving up hope on, and just being the altcoins have been really what been doing it to us with that whole mental thing. The people in Bitcoin's been going, yay, yay, Bitcoin, yay. For the people in altcoins, we've been going, I'm so happy for you, yay. I'm glad somebody's making money at this market. Congratulations. And some of the Bitcoin, people are like, well, That's all right. You'll have your chance. Hopefully, you'll have your chance. And then someone like, you'll never have a chance. You're a loser. You with altcoins. You do this Bitcoin. This the apex predator. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, shall I come over to the chat and say hello? I feel that I've not done that, therefore I've not done my duty as a host tonight. My bad, I am so sorry. Hey, is that a super chat? That should have showed up on my little screeny thing. Did I miss it? Was I talking? Or is that a super sticker? Hey, thank you so much, Soul. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Soul says, love this show. You know, I love that comment too. Let me scroll back up to the very first here and say hello to everybody. So looks like you were first. You're getting lots of hand clappies. You're giving Soul the clap tonight. Hey, enjoy it. It keeps on giving. The gift that keeps on giving. Well, clap. And we got bullets on parade. Sunny Melody. What can you say about Moonbag? $ bag. I am not familiar with that if it is a coin, but I will definitely put it in a special little box over here. Baga. I sounded it out phonetically too. I am that talented. We got Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber. Looky, I've got him up here now. I've been finding out that this Chrome browser is like using up mega memory on my machine, man. Joe's fellow YouTuber over here that streams daily, puts out videos and shorts and has a trading group and gives lessons and does all the good stuff. And he's got a channel that's growing. You got 2,200? Dang! 1,200 videos. So he live streams Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Times, and Sunday at 4 p.m. Go check him out. Joe! I forgot where I was. Oh yeah, we're doing Bitcoin, right? No, we're doing the chat. Silly goose. I'm a turkey, not a goose. Well, let's keep this real, okay? I get a little sensitive about, being misspecied a little bit. Okay, sorry.
Well, you said it yourself.
Shut up, it doesn't matter who said it. We just had to get that out there. All right, anyway, still looking at the star, says so. This is better than looking at Habib is back from vacation. Elliot and Sean getting ready too. I know they send Sean. Sean, where you? We'll talk later. Crypto Tropics, how's it going, my man? My person. Melis Williams. Hobby was just, I pity the fool. I pity him. I pity the fool. I pity him. I pity the fool that sells in Bitcoin. Meet David. Hola, señor Rodog. Oh, hola, Damian. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? John Frisbee, Osmosis. Appreciate all that you do. Hey, man, I like Osmosis. Let me write that one down here, too. While I'm thinking about it, and we're over in the chat, this is a perfect time for me to just dawn on me that, hey, man, I got this little button over here that allows me to throw up this little box. And that way, any further things, or if I happen to miss one or something, there we go. Avi knows how it's going. Pingu. I will write it down on there, and I'll come back and... Right now, we need to take a look at a few important things when it comes to our altcoin markets, and that will be Bitcoin dominance and total 3. And I know you're like, oh, it's like spinach and eating, oh no, asparagus. No, don't make it through it, Rose. But we got to, because it's what makes things healthy. It's at least anyway. So wow, I am so impressed. We're on the 1 hour even. Let's go to the 4 hour, a bigger time frame. Make it even more impressive. Well, the 1 minute would make it more impressive, I guess. The box of rejection for Bitcoin dominance kicked its ass. Finally, man, I was starting to wonder its higher highs and higher lows. And the only hope was it was in a rising pattern and a few other things, but it even got kind of weird there, right? So we are breaking trend line, and you could argue that there's more of a, a sideways thing. There's all different kinds of, Go wherever you got the most touches, and it will give you the most answers, I've found. And try not to get, into a human resources condition when you do it. That doesn't make any sense when you explain it to them that way. Anyway, we've been having all these breaks and getting back in, no matter how you follow the trend line. But finally, we got one. And could that be a rising wedge? I hope it is, but I gotta say, there's still some strong momentum here for Bitcoin dominance. There just is. So I still think she's playing with her head, and it seems like we just have to play an in and out game with some of these altcoin positions here, because they giveth and then they quickly taketh away. Right now we're testing this 618 Fibonacci area from this pool. And it is still technically support here, and so is this 360 moving average that we're touching right now. And it could send us back up to this 100 moving average, which is, supporting the 50 moving average, the 9 moving average, and the 21. There's only one bearish cross in this situation, and that's the 9 over the 21. Unless you want to take a little closer look and see where the 200 across 360. Those are some bigger moving averages. Oh my God, he's talking that speed. Just tell me if they're going up or going down. Jesus, stop with the spaghetti line. Does it sound like that? I wonder sometimes. Does it sound like that when I'm talking about the moving averages? I'm just trying to help you learn how the strategy works. But if it's too much, we can just skip all over all that fried pork and get down to the beans and fried potatoes. That's a bearish cross on the bigger moving averages. That means some momentum shifting, and there is some downward momentum that they can still keep pulling it down. But man, I still got to see some more bearish crosses going on here before I feel that we could get another really nice rally out on altcoins. I mean, I'm talking like December last year rally. Yeah, that kind of rally. Like, hey man, my portfolio looks almost back to normal again. I'm looking for that rally. I would like to have that rally. That rally would make Daddy very happy after all the bull crap I've had to put up with these freaking altcoins. I got positions I've been holding for almost 2 dang years, and I'm kind of tired of them. I'm ready for a little change, and I need another December or March of last year to set the tone right. Let me do the little switchover I've been trying to do for dang near a year. All right. So that's what Bitcoin dominance is doing. She's still got a little support. She could still be pulling some fast ones on us. We might have to bob and weave a little bit on some of these altcoins, or it could be, we'll see some of them pop off. Some of them just go, oh my God, it's just frozen time. It's like, you won't move. Poke it. Everything's going. You can go too. And it's like, so there'll be some will do good, some will do bad, and we can have all that madness going on in altcoins too. But basically, what I like about altcoins is look at this nice ass move that we've had over here since we came to. This needs to really hold. We need to hold this area. Thank gosh that we did. And now we're coming up, to this area of the higher. We got one higher. The resistance, if you will. I see here on the 4-hour now we got above the 200 moving average. Now I was kind of concerned about that, and they said, screw you, road dog. I was actually looking. Snap. Let me take me measurements here. Yeah. Okay, you are still there. That was my concern, or my current concern, is that we're currently at the 618 Fibonacci on total 3 for the high to low. So this is an area we might see a little pullback, and not only just that, if we take this little guy here, you can also see we should be at the 272 area right there. Or actually, it's right in there. We're in these we're in areas that we can get some rejection now out of altcoins. It is good that we got above the 200 moving average. Hopefully we can keep that. I'm questioning it, because this is a bearish cross of the 100 over it, so we could have to bounce back and retest this little guy over here. We could lose a few billion between now and the weekends. What I'm trying to say. Maybe we got to keep that in mind. Unless you just decide, hell no, I'm going balls to the wall. I'm going over here. We're going to go for this high. And that would be cool. I would not bitch about that. And if we break above this area, this what is it, $890 billion area, if I don't know, for some reason hump day doesn't turn out to be a day that they kind of stick it to us, because a lot of times they stick it to us on hump day. If you haven't noticed, backtrack it a little bit, you know, hump day is usually a pretty gate that they just go, oh, we're going bearish. Not every time, not every Wednesday, but you know, a lot of them it happens on a Wednesday, so we got to keep our eyes open for that. This would be a good opportunity for that to happen. That's all I'm saying. The stars are aligning. The confluences are starting to line. But if by chance, listen, screw you, road dog. We're pumping, baby. Bitcoin's going up, and we're taking altcoins with it. Up in this area, 910 billion. We gotta keep our eyes out. We should be facing some pretty stiff resistance there. Good profit taking areas get paid a little bit. Get something from what you got down here. A little something, just in case we come back down here. You can buy some more. Or to reward yourself, or throw a party, or I don't know, do something. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at a few things. Somebody asked me about a coin called a bag, and I am not familiar with bag. So we're going to come over here and we're going to take a look at bag. I see a bag. I'm going to call it moon bag. You guys call it moon bag. I think that moon bag. And there's one called M bag. Oh, I might need some more information on this one. But I will look for ticker bag, and this is the only one I got. Market cap is 711,000. I'm assuming it's a meme coin, just assuming. I may be wrong, but I'm just assuming it is. Bag.win is the world's most immersive online casino. Come play our favorite games, DJ, with your friends, and enjoy the thrill of Vegas in the comfort of your home. Play on any mobile or desktop browser. Don't tempt me. So there's 4.48 billion of these. That's circulating supply. Total supply is almost 6 million. That's a lot of coins. I'm just saying that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. And the market cap is 700. That's interesting. Site can't provide a secure connection. Well, that's concerning. Well, that's a little concerning. You have a white paper? Yeah. Decentral Games. The online casino experience you've been waiting for. She looks hot. I mean, cool. I mean, this is very good art. I like it. I don't know anything about the project, but that, I don't know, might be interesting. Let's take a look at the chart. That's one thing I know. How long has it been around? What's your past performance? All-time high was 2024 in February. It got to 0.0089, and it's down 98% from that. All-time low was 6 days ago. Ooh. And we're up 53% from the all-time low from the past 6 days. It's already done 53% gains. All-time low was 0.0001. We're at 0.00015. All-time high 0089. Sounds like a degen player. There's an X thing over here. What they got going on? Why are you blinding me with this white screen? I can't handle it. Free spins? No, say it's not so. I've never heard of them before. Bag.win. I don't know. You got to do a little bit of due diligence. There's a lot of tokens in this, but let's take a look at who's got you. Who's got you? Top bag holders? I don't know what we got over here. Top 10, 81%. This looks a little askew on what? Sorry, an issue has occurred. We did not want you to see that. That was not meant for us to read. Okay. Well, that's curious. Let's close that. Let's backtrack there a little. Whoa, you just took it all off. The list never listed. Sorry, an issue has occurred. This was M bag, right? No, just bag. Well, now I don't have you. What? That's creepy. There is no bag coin now. What's happened? Something happened. Did we switch universes again? Man. You know how hard it is to learn all the little quirky things that change every time that you switch universes? I mean, it gets old. All right, bag. Oh, it's back. We're back. Oh, okay. I don't know if we switched or we came back. Cat, do you still have the same number of spots? Okay. You gotta check some of this. All right. Where are you? Where are you at? Okay. Oh, we're not on. COINEX has got you? Okay. I didn't know that. Well, let's see if we can get bag. Let's replace total 3, which might be rolling over. We just got to see. She's getting still getting some resistance there, so we got to see. What I'm trying to say about total 3. Now we haven't broken any trend lines yet, but she might be working on it. Okay, we got to see what happens tomorrow. We're either going to start getting excited tomorrow, or we're going to see small coins kind of back off a little bit. Not a bad thing. It's just a 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Hopefully that's where we're at. Let's go to bag. Take a look at bag. Bag USB. Bag. Lots of bags. We're looking for COINEX. They've got it. It looks like Gate.io's got it. They should. I don't know about their liquidity. Is this? Yeah, that's it. 0.0001. That's trippy. It looks very fuzzy, furry, like you could pet it, but yet also, maybe get needle pricks and start bleeding at the same time. Like thick false eyelashes is what kind of the impression that I get right there. That's exactly what I see. You can just kind of like throw a nose in over here and you got a nice little art piece just to stick on the wall there, in my personal opinion. That's my first impression. You could probably throw a pair of lips on it and it would make more sense, and I'll do that right here for you just so that you can. Now is it? Oh, shoot. See, hair lip. All right. Anyway, need a nose job maybe. Okay. All right, well, maybe she's not a perfect 10 or anything, but she's got some cute lips though, don't she? I love this cute little button nose and all these big old eyelashes. Hopefully this little thing that's found bottom is trying to curve around a little bit and go up, considering that it said that what we just saw about it, its all-time low was whatever this day was, about a week ago or something. Could be an interesting play. It's a degen play, definitely, but these are the ones that can pay off. I mean, don't have to do. The thing about them is that you don't have to do much, okay? Or you can't do much, or else you're gonna be everybody else's exit liquidity. Like, look at this pumping, let's sell. So, I mean, on some of these coins, I mean, if you put in $20,000 thinking, you'll be soaking everything back up, and yeah, baby, you'll make a lot of people happy. So trickle in, trickle in, trickle in. I mean, I don't know. I mean, throwing in $500 is probably not going to do too much. Throwing in $100 is probably not going to do too much. $25 is probably not going to do too much. But let's look at it this way. Let's take a look at it on the daily. And we'll see where it's been, and wow, really, for real. Of course, this is Gate.io. Remember, we saw that she okay. When was this one come out? We never saw the site or anything. I gotta throw that stuff out there. But let's say that we do come back up to this area here, just where we need to. That'd be our first target to look at. What would the gains be just to get back up to 0.00119 on this very, very, some would say is risky. Some would say, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, my nipples are hard. Look at that. That was my impression of Sean, everyone. And scene. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway. That's all right. You don't have to. That's okay. I know. I'll come back later. Anyway, if by chance that, where'd you go, Tool? He said too. We got all the way up here to that 236 fib area. That's 700. That's almost 700% gains. You're on COINEX for real? I mean, it does not look like it. Oh, it ain't going to happen over 2 days or 3 days or a week. It could take a while. I don't know. That looks. Perhaps we should keep an eye on this one. And that's something you can do. But Susan Tarson. Let's come down to the 4 hour and see how she's doing on that ribbon flipping. A lot of the altcoins have already flipped a ribbon, or not a lot, but some of them are starting to have already flipped our little 8-man ribbon that we've got here. Is it 8 of them, I guess. And this one looks like she's just now getting over this big obstacle here, the 360 moving out. This is a good sign. If you're looking at bottom, I think this is bottom. I think this is pretty much bottom. This is, yeah. And if you're willing to hold through all the porcupine needle sticks, what are those gains on that for those areas? If she pops up, ooh, that's 60%. Man, you could set limit orders over here, like 0.0003, 0.0005, or you can pull a fib and put some over through there. You can pull a fib from this little booger right here all the way down. Pull it all the way down, all the way. So here we are. Same technique, just applied, scaled down a little bit. Oh, sweet spots right up here, looks like. Where are ya? Price labels? Why do you always run them from me? Like you're always kidding. You're always trying to run. Why? You never want to show yourself when I'm looking for you. And I keep looking for you. And you're never there. Coming up there, man. That's 81% gains. Just get to our first target. 0.00. 0.00029. 3 zeros. 0.00057 is 260% gain. And look how long you gotta consider how long that we've been not there. Like last time we were over here was March, which is not too long ago, but almost 3 months ago. Will it take another 3 months to get here or get there, or will it take, when this bull market for altcoins starts popping up more, or will it quickly recover? How long did it take you to go from hither to dither? I like to say dither if you haven't noticed. Sometimes I like to say dither with a lisp. Just to do it. Dither. I can't even do it now. You're thinking too hard. Thinking. That took, that only took 53 days. So about 6 to 8 weeks is what you got that it could do a doing when she does what she can do. And I don't, everyone has their own risk tolerance. That's my thoughts on it. Let's take a look at osmosis. That was a request. Let's look at osmosis. I can't spell it. Osmosis. I've been in this one for a long time. I got the airdrop and just put it to work doing. You had to do certain activities. First one I ever seen where you had to do activities to collect the airdrop, and I thought that was kind of unique and kind of unique on Cosmos ecosystem. And after that, everybody started doing it. It's the first one that I knew of. And you had to stake stuff. You had to, and it qualified you for airdrops. And you had to do liquidity pools and all this other stuff. And liquidity pools, when it first came out, the APR was off the chain. Like, I missed the first part, and it was like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's even starting out more, but we're talking about 10,000%. And it was a lot of the tokens or a lot of the pairs were somewhere around 5,000 to 6,000% APR. And I mean, you're talking about, wow, you can, even with a little bit of money, even with a little bit of what you got, you can stack up. Wow, that was amazing. And I was like, oh man, I bet people had like a lot in here, really banked out. All right, so let's take a look at Osmosis as soon as I take us to a different playlist here. You're at 20 cents? Dang, man. I mean, I've seen this thing around $11. I've seen it at $7 and $8. I've seen it hang around 3 forever, or what seemed to be forever. Was that right? And then here. And here you're not even going to acknowledge that you were there. That's 2023. Oh, man, we're going back to 2022, 2021 when it was going on. Let's Coinbase. You're always the last one to get things. Let's go to somebody that's had it for a while. Probably like Binance. You got in December 2022. Let's see, who's the best place to go with for the price history? KuCoin's had you for a while. Alright, well, just stick with KuCoin. They go back to February 2023. Here it was December 2023 in the bear market, $2.28. Crazy how in the middle of the bear market it got up crazy. It got up kind of high. And then when the bull run's going on, we're down here. But it's now time, in my personal opinion, for DeFi to start getting some traction. Ethereum DeFi, Osmosis, or the whatever you go, Solana DeFi, Base, all that. Anything on Cosmos, wherever, Bitcoin DeFi, all the DeFi. You want some exposure, I believe, to some of those tokens. Maybe even some on each ecosystem, you know. So 69 cents, that's where we need to start focusing on. I need to see you start working back over there. It looks like she came full down to a full bottom. Let's hope that this holds for Osmosis. Take a look at some of the indicators here on the weekly for it and see. Why do you still look so rough, Ozzy? Why? Why is she still looking so rough? I don't see a reason. I'm going to put it on here. I don't see a reason to go hit it, but we want to look at. I've never seen it down that low. 14 cents. I don't know why it would go that low. I'm not aware of anything bad happening or anything going on. But if we lose this level that we're at, then I could, you know, that's one of the next ones to go to. I hope it does not. Let's come down to the daily. Daily's looking okay. We got some bullish divergence here on the daily. Maybe that will. Here on the RSI, we can see that the bottom of these guys, these 2 points down here, are rising up. Those corresponding places on the price action are going down. Therefore, we have got our bullish divergence. My little thing looks like that. If we want to look pattern-wise for what might be going over here, we can see a shallow falling wedge, which Bukowski likes these. The more shallow, the better the kicking. Like a diving board is how he explains it. And the more shallow and longer they go, and then the more bouncies you can get off of them is basically how he described it. So local areas that we could look for that we need to see it hit for health reasons is 34 cents. We need to see it get back and reclaim that area for its health. And then from then I would keep my eye on that 69 to 71 cent area. That's right, the 786 area for this. It's the 236 area from the bigger pool we talked about earlier. And those make some great little targets to take some nifty little profits on. 73% there, 234% when we get back to 70 cents. My goodness, when we get back to $3, $4, what you gonna do, bad boy? Osmosis, I still got mine over there staking. I'm waiting for them big old numbers to come in. Come on, baby, pay daddy this time. Well, if you haven't noticed, the meme coins are starting to get a little riled up. Pepe's had a pretty good day, I think, or time recently, and we'll take a look at that. But right now, we're going to get over to Pingo. This is Pingo on the daily, and I know it probably doesn't ring a bell to any of you Pingu players out there, because you guys are probably looking at the 15 minutes saying, no, I don't know. I'm sure you guys, you know, there's some people that just only do one time frame. And a lot of times when you come in, that might be what you're told to do, or one strategy you get used to, or something like that. Not everybody, we do it. It seems to be a thing in crypto that we do it, but like the legacy markets and stuff like that, and the other traders and stuff like that, they that's not really something that they do too much. And I do it here, and we probably need to talk about it more, but I use multiple time frames to help me guide the market, and you know, it's pretty much top down. The bigger ones have more weight, and they're the generals that instruct all the smaller ones on what they need to do to get their ass in order, and then we just wait for the smaller little peons to do what they're supposed to do, report back to the general. The bigger ones have the more weight to direct this stuff. So if it says that ain't gonna happen, and you're a little 1 minute saying buddy, oh buddy, this is gonna look good, you might get a little something, but it ain't gonna happen. My interpretation, if you will. All right, so 0.2 cents out of Pingu. Can we finally do that? We caught some support here. It came back and retested this 236 fib area, that 0.009. Beautiful retest of that area. Very nice. I bet if we pull a Fibonacci, we'll get us a nice little 618, and that also takes us. Actually, I got something special for you, darling. I got a special target for you right over here. Let me pull it out of my pocket. It's right. You thought I was going to do something? No, I do have a special target for you though. It's really like she's a tricky one though. It's this little zone. It might not get that right here. I got a special Pingu target for you. And that's at 0.0225 to 0.0229. So 0.022 and a half. Yeah, right in there, right there. A little bit better than 0.02. 10% better if we do the math and try to look like impressive on TV. So nice. It didn't come all the way back to this little trend line we got there. It's deviating from it. That's strong in my personal opinion. She's got, of course, like most other altcoins, they're going to have their resistance and demons to deal with on the way up there, but we are headed that way in my personal opinion. Let me put you right there. I won't put my little arrow there. That's my call for opinion if we're looking for a call. That's what I got. That's how much of a gains is it from here to there. Right now we got this little area that we're getting some resistance on, but from this little resistance area, that's 86% gains. You're probably wondering if we're going to get a pullback from this resistance area. I don't know. Or you're probably wondering, how far can we go? I don't know what anybody's wondering, but we are at a resistance area, and that looks like a 382 fib. Have to go back over my thought process. Yes. So that's cool. So we might, you know, it depends on what happens in the markets tomorrow. We might get a little bullish, might get a little bit bearish. Bitcoin dominance might do a little loop-de-loop on us. We could see some volatility coming in the market on some of these altcoins, and some do good, some do bad. This one's looking here on the 2 hour like she need to take a little break here after that resistance. So she might come down for a wee little bit. So we're just looking maybe 0.0109. I'm not saying she's going there, but we're headed that direction to try to test that. Draw trend lines, supports, whatever. I guess if we had to fib her out, it would pretty much be somewhere around this little area right here. But 0.011, let's check out there, and 0.0108. This is Binance. So just a little above a penny, right around a penny. We're not too far from being a penny right now. And the bigger picture of things, when you zoom out, is that Pingu, well, she got back up to 4 pennies. $100 turned into $400. That's pretty sweet. Pingu got up to like is it Pingu or Ping? I'm thinking Ping. All right, let's take a look at a few others that are doing pretty good. DeFi, we mentioned DeFi, we're starting to see it, especially Uniswap. Remember, we got a new administration now that's not trying to kill crypto, and they're not trying to put Uniswap behind bars for just, you know, being a decentralized, or are they, you know, it's mostly a decentralized platform. And pull out that Elizabeth Warren bullcrap with her little auto pin exafades. Anyway, the whole idea for Uniswap and what was so special about it a while back was that, you know, they charge fees, not just the gas fees, but fees to do the swaps that would be distributed. It's like a co-op concept back to the token holders. But no, Dirty Gary says no, that's not correct. That would make you a security. You can't do that. That's illegal. You must come in there. They pulled the woolly. They said like, hell no, that will kill us. We can't do that. You shouldn't be able to do it either. We don't have the capability to do that. You shouldn't be able to do it. No, we must have that technology before you ever do it. So they had to stifle crypto and DeFi because it would just do revolutionary, baby. It just is. But watch, it's going to be big. Just on their platforms mostly, and some other stuff. So this is kind of cool. If I looked at that right, it kind of makes me think $24. It sounds crazy right now. I know it do. I know it sounds crazy right now. That's just a 0.5 bit. We bouncing out the bottom here, baby, in this broadening pattern with resistance that keeps expanding. And we've already hit the $19 area. Maybe we go back to it. I'm cool with that. You cool with $19 Uniswap? I'm cool with $19 Uniswap. That was December. It looks like Uniswap could actually put in a higher high, is what this tells me. And I like that. I ain't gonna bitch about it. I'm not saying she's going straight up. It never goes straight up. Well, sometimes it does go straight up, but it's usually not very healthy. That's kind of like those little cocaine binges, and they're just all out there for 3 days just partying at the strip club. Anyway, we're green light, the green bar right there, and there we go. We put some little target. That's on the 3-day, by the way. Here on the 4-hour, something a little bit more relevant as we start heading into midweek, which will in turn head us to the weekend trap or the weekend surprise. Seems like they're trying to trap us more on Thursdays is what I'm kind of getting. Remember, they dumped us down to the bottoms, and then so we slowly kind of just came up over the weekend. And actually, the weekend was interesting. It's like Thursday is the new weekend. Kind of, it feels like Wednesday, like Thursday and Friday are the new Saturday and Sunday. Anybody else feel that way? It's just, do you dare disagree? I'll ban you in a heartbeat. I will ban you right now. Don't you? I'm kidding. Totally kidding. All right, so yeah, whatever. We're just seeing some trend lines flip on the 4-hour. Oops, did I do that? Oh my God, we got the mellow music out right now. It's when I feel like I need to say something inspirational. Uniswap, you little unicorn, little riding son of a bitch, you. Keep on riding over to the rainbow, baby. Let's go. Can you give me a good target, Uniswap? I see you chasing the moon. I see you chasing the stars, Uni. I see you breaking your boundaries. Wow, look at you go. You're already past the 236. You're ready to be a big pony now. You're ready to swing that horse. Can you come up here to $13? That's our 618. Not that anybody's holding a measuring stick to you or anything like that. Don't make you feel uncomfortable. But there's also this 0.5 over here, and they say that's the average. I'm just saying, but can you go to $12 right here? And maybe 13? We've seen you there before. I think you can, Uniswap. Grab your little pony friends and I can't handle them. I've been meaning to go and make some new music and try to get some instrumental music, but I haven't made it that far lately. Since I'm looking at my bandaging my portfolio more. Let's see if we can get some depressing kind of guitar music over here. Introspective time. So that's kind of cool, dude. You're kind of breaking out, kind of going somewhere, doing something Uniswap. You looking strong, baby. I like you. So there's this area over here about $10, and we're headed in that $10 area. I don't have that as a target, but you could. I'm sure that one fibbed out too for you fibber lovers. You fib lovers over there, you know how to play your fibs. Look, Fib's got it perfectly right there. Boom, shakalaka. It's like magic, these fibs are. I love them. Love Fibonacci's have changed my life. But there's some better targets to be had. I wouldn't spend it all in one place. You feeling what I'm saying? I'm just saying Uniswap's got some growing to do. She's got some sharing to do. Might want to look into the staking or whatever else they do on Uniswap for a little bit. I don't know. We do have a few months left to let that little sucker cook and simmer and earn some gains while she goes up in value, and see if you can get some of that money that might be coming out of her. Aave is another one to look for in the DeFi sector here, and I can't see crap on the screen. What happened? It looks like a rainbow exploded. It's silly string is everywhere is what it looks like. I see a lot of silly string bullshit crossing over each other, so I'm not going to bitch at it too much. And I see it's getting past this yellow line, which is a 618, so can't bitch about that. Then we got past this kind of weird ass trend line, which was support, and there was resistance, and now hopefully it's support again. Oh, I wouldn't try to touch you. My sorry. Don't call the police on me. Jeez, there was an accident. I'm looking for this area right. Is this Aave? Yeah. My targets are up here. The holy 361.8 wave 3 target is what I'm looking for right over here at 336. Can you do it, Aave? I've already forgot. The good thing I put notes in because I wouldn't have remembered. I just know it with I would have probably thought it was a 1618. 3618, that one's worth paying attention to. She need to chill out for a little bit after that. I'm saying she just ran up too fast, too hard. Don't want to, wear her down too fast. Man, come on. We want her to be able to, conserve her strength so she can go to 500 and 700 because she's been there before, right? That's why we wanted to talk about Aave back when it was $50, saying, hey man, this thing Aave, it can get up there quite a bit. Pretty cool. It's at $50 right now. Might want to look at the Aave. So we look at Aave. Might as well also take a look at this one. I'm finally glad to see this one doing something. Remember, $5 chain link, and then she got a little bit better, but then we came back and she just it's just been terrible. $10, $9. She's been all over the board over here. We were got as high as $17, and man, has it been a minute since what's all this? We don't need that anymore. I don't know if we need you anymore or not. This one, do we need to take a fresh look at Chainlink? Zoom out. Do I? Has it been that long on this? We got our bottom trend line area, which, ooh, looky, she went from there to the wikis. We've been following from the bodies over there and see her break down and go, oh my god. So we got, the swing failure pattern ideas. If you want to look at that, or they eventually come out and tell us a bigger picture. Take swing high to swing low. Let's measure you out, baby. What are you doing? There we go. Oh, you coming back above it? You broke above it, got rejected here, came back, and now you're above it. That's a good sign, people. Okay, yeah, you look at it. She's trying to come back up. If she already tapped out over here $18 back in, when was that? May? She need to go higher, so $20 is on the radar. Sounds crazy now, but we need to make higher highs and higher lows, and that should be the one the next higher highs we go to. The other scenario would be to just double top over here for some kind of reason and go sideways or something crazy. So entertain that idea. 1856, so we should see that coming in. We also got a 200 moving average over there. That's why we're kind of taking it easy, not getting too bullish just yet. See what can happen. But personally, I kind of think $20 is where it should be heading there. Got a new little deviation right there. If you go with channel theory, you'll just take that and kind of lay it over here and see if we got any other touches. And so we do. A few touches on this side, 2 touches on that side. We might be having something here. And that opens up to even $23 if we kind of bounce into this channel. So chain link's starting to look a little interesting here. Let me come back to the chat. It is, how long have we been going? An hour and 5 minutes. 16 people hanging out. We had 24 at one time, and they just started dwindling down there. Goody Marshmallow, DualityC, shout out to you guys. Kelly Fat, Turkey is doing the turkey is blessed. Turkey is blessed every day. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly says Ada. I was going to put that on my list, and it just didn't make the cut. Let's take a look at it. Oh, that's Ada market cap. It's Cardano. Turkey got sleepy. Where you at? 71. Good, because I got a Cardano trade open right now on futures, and I'm glad to see that she's no longer in her little bitty drawdown. Don't like it when they go and draw down. We try to get the trade setups that have minimum drawdown. Try to, but sometimes it doesn't always work that way. Where are you? Oh crap! You didn't. Oh, okay. You're still. I'm up. I just got a 3x, and it's up 9% there. Nothing major. Nothing major. Turkey getting sleepy. Refresh me. All right, so let's check around the daily. So I'm looking at this kind of makeshift trend line that we got as best I can. Let's tighten her up a little bit. And she's kind of spelling out some resistance areas ahead. Let's see where they fib out. And so kind of looking like 77 cents will be a little area to contend with. So for a short-term target, 77 cents, we're at 71. That could be a little come up. That could be a target idea for somebody playing shorter game. You can actually squeeze a lot of information out of the daily chart. That would be nice if we can ever get a breakout out of this channel. It's kind of hairy. It's got a lot of wiggle room apparently where it likes to fake us out. But basically I'm still looking for 90 and 97 cents in those areas, and then I've got my little special target over here, which is $1.44. Sounds crazy, but I'm rolling with it, baby, because that's what the charts told me from this move to this move, that that little sucker should be in play there. Maybe I should double check you. Yep, still rolling with that one. All right, so we need to break above the 100. We're testing the moving average, the 100 moving average, and come test the 200. Now, 200 moving average is coming in at 82, so there is some higher. There is some possibility to go higher than this 77. But I would look for the first rejection at 77. So maybe we should we draw you out too? Let me take this guy here and go down here, and we'll take a look at it from this area too. And let's throw you in here at the picture. 83 cents right there. That's on a different pool, so I need to make sure I can figure out that something's different. Okay. Alexa, skip. What I do like about it here on the daily, it's the moving average. Just the bigger ones, the ones that really carry the weight of everything, are in bullish order. So we're just bouncing between them or trying to, you know, stair step our way up on them. And so the 200 is where we're going to have to focus on next. There at 82 cents, and I think we're about ready to do it personally. If we take a look at a smaller time frame, like the 4 hour, she's in a nice little trend to the upside there. Still coming up on some resistance on some moving averages there at 800. 200's above it. Not a great, you know, just like, I'm going to shove it to you, go up, you know, real thrustful, forceful cross there, but a little lackluster, but it's still above it, so that counts. That's the 73 cent area that we're looking at too, right? Or 70, we were looking at 77, but the 73. So about 8% gains to get up there to that one target 77. Not too bad if you've been in it since, say, somewhere down here 60 something cents, then you got almost a 20% move. Not bad. We look at you on the old 15 minute. This one's starting to look a little interesting right here. Looks like she's starting to get a little bit bullish on this one. She wanted to go for a ride right now. She deviated over here. She's flipped her ribbons. She's deviated from the trend line and looking like she wants to try to move up there quicker, sooner than not. Trend line be resistance at 73, 74. But doesn't mean she can get back. It's still 77. I like that one. She's starting to pick up some momentum there. A lot of the altcoins are. That's good. I hope it can stay. Let's take a look at Pepe, Pee-Pee, Papa, the frog, the Ranya. Not rocking what I'm seeing there. Let's zoom out. Here we go. So there's so many different ways to look at this, but basically we got a bottom pattern in, came back, retested the neckline of that bottom pattern, just like a lot like Total 3, really. You little woolly booker. I want to throw you in there. You're looking the wrong way. I've got Pepe. I like this area over here. It sounds crazy right now. I know it does. I know it do. 0.0000002. Yeah, let's just say it that way. Or 1951. This is a cool little area. 1692 area, 1675, whatever, right in that little zone for the little higher high. We need to make a higher high. That's if we're going to make higher lows, we need to make higher highs. So we need to look at targets that are just a little bit higher. And that 0.5 is a little bit higher. Might even go a little bit higher than the target that I've got there. There are some techniques that we could use to kind of figure that out, but it's not very much higher. 1805 maybe. But I'd really like these guys over here, because that could give you another 50% up in this area, and we like them 50%ers because that just gives us another half that we didn't have before. This music makes me stupid. Here's one I've not looked at that I don't remember looking at. It's called Resolve. I'm not familiar with it. We may take a little closer look. Oh, what the hell? Is it new? What is going on here? This one looks absolutely crazy. I'm not familiar with this coin. Let's see what this one looks like. This is Resolve. I saw it on Crypto Bubbles. Is that where? Resolve. Oh, is it messed with Crow? Wait a minute. Is it on? Is that where? Why are you not coming in here? Let me double check you. You're doing some crazy stuff over here. Coin market cap. Resolve. Ah, there you are. We got you. $48 million market cap right now. It's 31 cents. There's 1 billion maximum supply. Okay, we can talk. What else you got? Your all-time high. was 10 hours ago when you reached 38 cents, and you're down 18% right now. Your all-time low was 14 hours ago when you were 18 cents. You little volatile, ain't you? You just a little firecracker. Well, what is your resolve? What do you do? Are you a meme coin? What do you do? I'm just assuming everything's a meme coin any days. It shouldn't be a meme coin, but what else am I to assume? These seems to be most of what we look at, or most of what moves. Let's go to the website and see what is Resolve XYZ. Resolve USR. The true delta neutral stable coin that works. What? USR was born from the idea of a stablecoin independent from real-world asset risk with yield powered by crypto money markets. Real world is no. What is this? We built a new stablecoin architecture. We're going to revolutionize crypto. It's backed by Ethereum, Bitcoin, and derivatives. Delta neutral. I'm not interested in the least. I am not interested in the least. Why DeFi power users like US? This is like Luna. I mean, we love it. Still have bad taste in our mouths from Luna. Next. All right. We can look at the chart, and there we go. And I'll pass. 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 Smells like Jack Hare. Let's take a look at, is that XLR? No. Well, it wasn't you, was it? It wasn't Monero. I can't read my writing. Monero's cranking her up again there. You gotta kind of zoom out to respect the moves that she's made over here. From these wee lows of $1 or $100 and something getting in there, 150 getting in there. It was sweet. And then she pumped up to 418, and I would, why has she done it before? Several says it's not her first rodeo to do a little pump, and this one actually made higher highs last time. You don't see that very often. Monero getting the party started here. I like it. Monero, what did you do? Where did you crash out at? You didn't even 786 me, baby. What's up? You come to town without 786ing me? I mean, I don't mean to be brash or anything, but gosh darn it. Expected at least a little 786 when you come into town. I mean, come on. Just a little. Doesn't have to be all night or anything. Just a little quickie 786, and you just turned around the corner before you got to the apartment there and said, I can't put up with this turkey face tonight. All right. Okay. It's all right, Monero. Rumor has it you're a dude anyway. What? Okay. She bounced off the 382. That's kind of cool. I don't know if she's going to hold that. I hope that she holds it, because if she does hold it, and I hope that she does, that could be $619 target. And I know it sounds crazy until that one day. That's a move board target right there. Oh! And let's go. Oh, nice, nice, nice. I mean, that's really the trend line, but we can squeeze her up there. The angle of when I attach that line over there, it respects the angle of that. I find that kind of interesting. This is kind of what I'm getting initially, but we can take a little secondary one. And that looks kind of strong for right now. Come on, Monero, you can do some stuff, can't you? I knows you can. 376. We're at 339. That's just child's play. Let's start looking for 455. if we're going to get a little hopium for some of these higher highs, if we are getting a little bit of a rally, let's go to some rally places. She's already been at targets about 408, 396. We can reuse those, recycle them if we want, or we can wait and get paid more. Let the greed come in. Don't get too greedy, but always little places worth taking some profit. Gains up to these areas, you know, that's modest 22%, 36%, but the sweet spot, we come from this area and eventually make it up there. I say eventually because it will be zigzag. She went up, she came down. She can go up, she can come down. It might take a little smidgen, but based on this move here, there is a mathematical pattern that seems to repeat quite often in price structure. A, B equals C, D, based on the Fibonacci retracement. And that little sucker says 620 could be coming. 620. I guess it just has to have a 20 in it. DOG says, do you provide liquidity, Road Dog? I do, not much, nothing to amount to anything. I've not had the greatest experience with some of that. Now, early on in Osmosis, that was awesome. And they don't all always work the same. I do over on a little bitty place called WANSwap. And I've been over there for a long time. This is what it looks like, and this is based on WAN chain. It's like one of the very first interoperable coins over there. What's it going for? WAN is like 12 cents right now. And I forgot what it got up to last time. Seems like you can get up to $2 or $3. But you know, I got some pools over here. And I've done that for a while, but the interest rate, I don't get screwed over here as much. On some of the other ones, man, that stuff just sucks up. It's gone. I don't know, go back, check on it, and they closed the pool, or the pool's dried up, or this and that. I've had that to happen on a lot of things. I haven't really had that to happen to me over here. It's a very small place too, but interoperable, but they've got several different pools over here. BNB, FTM. They are interoperable. Not as popular as Cosmos, though. Where are the? They got the decks over here, so and they don't have a whole lot, but they've got a lot. They got, you know, wrapped. They got DOT. Oh, they got ICP now. I didn't know that. FTM. A lot of them are wrapped. It's very small. It's very small. Then I don't have very much liquidity on Osmosis anymore. I used to, but not so much anymore. At this point in the cycle, I don't, you know, we're so close to the ending, the possible ending of it. You don't get tied up in too many things, and I might have to start looking at, you know, time when you want to start unstaking things. If they got like the 21-day, a lot of the Cosmos ecosystem coins have like a 21-day unstaking that you have to go through, and that can hinder you. That just the idea of that made me miss out on selling Crow at, you know, around the top. It was close to $1. Or 78 cents, or it seems like it was close to $1. But I was thinking, I missed it because I got to wait 21 days. And, you know, and then I found out after waiting 21 days, I didn't have to at all. I could have sold it at any time. I'd already filled the requirement. I didn't have to do anything. But I had that in my head about it. But you got to kind of get all these ducks in the row and get your mindset in the row too. And, you don't want to. Things are topping out. And, oh man, I can't sell because I got to wait 21 days. And then the run's over. So I will be on, you know, a plan of when you want to start unstaking some of these things to take profit, because everything doesn't pop off at once when it comes to crypto, and you should notice that now. I mean, things will pop off, and then you won't see nothing else from it. It's just like, that's it. just a slow burn for while everything else is popping off. They'll go at different times and stuff too. Some may go and maybe they'll come back and do a second run, but you can't always count on all that stuff, right? Let's take a look at another meme coin like Floki. Hey, Floki. What's good? Okay, Mexi Futures. Why not? Ow! Why did that hurt? Wow, it's been a minute. We did waffle pattern on you. Oh, you done pretty good, Floki. I gotta say, since we looked at you back over here trying to figure out what the hell you were going to do. Angles sound crazy, don't they? And you gotta extend these little guys over there just a little bit. Ooh, snap. Put you on them bodies there. Ooh, snap. Anyway. So we got past this 236, got rejected at that other 236, and those made beautiful target areas, I thought. In my personal opinion, being anywhere below these red lines, you're still in a really good place to accumulate this little guy. And it looks like we've possibly finished our little ABC correction from this little three move up, and that's looking kind of neat. Nice little setup. Nice one, 618, and it gives me this little target area over here. I've got two really. Well, technically three, but we've got 0.000145. From here to there, what would that be as far as gains go? 54%. I also got this other little target right above it. These are short-term targets. And they look kind of big based on this, but when you zoom out, there's hardly anything. So these are kind of localized to this move. And then, well, it's always good to zoom out. You get good targets here. They'll probably correspond with one of these. That just fine-tuned it a little bit. And at some point, we need to come up to the 618 area, and that always makes a gorgeous target. It's worth waiting for. If you're doing a swing trade or a midterm hold or something like that, because that's your 100% mark right there. Let's come down to the 4 hour for Floki, and we'll see how we're bouncing off of these trend line areas. It probably wasn't as beautiful as going on, but it is now since she held. Some people will see an inverted head and shoulders and see a bobbing pattern. I'm sure. Do we have bullish divergence? There's some bullish divergence here. That's nice. Signaling a possible trend reversal. Possible. See these moving averages doing all pretty. I think she looks good. She's trying to climb up, baby. These altcoins are getting ready to do a little something. Need to probably come over and look at total 3 one more time, because we were at an area that she could be getting rejected from. And oh no, oh man, I thought for a second I saw her. It was my line. I thought it broke past it. Oh, look at this. Coming down to the smaller time frames here. Let's go to the 15-minute. She's trying to run for it, ain't she? Okay, so this is cool. This is cool. Now we're coming on the 618. I've been concerned about this area here. For total 3 for altcoins, and we still can be. We got some rejection ahead. We do, but we need to get as much. We need to milk these little suckers as much as we can, because they milked us with all that down drawdown and everything. Your spot bags have been hurting. But that's a nice bounce, and I was worried about this being rejected over here. That would start kicking it off. It looks like she might be trying to run. She might actually have to touch it, or it looks to me like she's trying to break through. If she breaks through, that's good. Tomorrow will be a good day. And if we can hold it above it, That's going to be a fun week. It'll be a fun week for altcoins. If tomorrow we get rejected over here, we might get the little pullback and we might chill out on altcoins for a minute, make sure you got paid. But the payday may continue on. So, what other signs? Do we have any other signs that would give us a little confidence on that? Because that's a steep jump up, I gotta say. That's a pretty steep jump up. She's holding that trend line, though. And as long as she's holding it in the 9-moving average, I can't say anything bad about it. It's doing exactly what we want it to do. I think I need to clean off my chart. We've already got most of that stuff. So this is looking at the bigger picture, zooming out a little bit on total 3. I want to go from this high here. There's our 618 rejection area. And if we went from the high, that's probably the one I had. Make him bigger and fatter. We got 2 of them right there. So we do have, yeah, there's some rejection areas up there. You did a, that's tricky. So this was where we were in May. This is where we were also in, we're on the 6th. Of course it was, silly. This was January and that was December. These are the areas that we want to get to. And let's go ahead and that $1.03 trillion. So I'm hoping there's still, this altcoins they still have a lot of work to do. I don't think this is going to be just a blast off for altcoins that might be talked about here on YouTube or something. I don't think it's going to be just that quite boom boom, it's altcoin season, but hey, we're going to have to still struggle through all this. I can see a lot of resistance over through here. There's a little guy that got it all started, you little bastard. I know you, I remember you. But that was good to hold these areas. We're coming up on a little bit of resistance here too. And we were also looking at, this was the 618 that we were looking at right here that we're facing. Putting a lot of 618s on you right now. What does that mean? It's just areas that we can face, you know, probably some stronger resistance than we would at other levels. A lot of people looking at, a lot of programs and algorithms looking at 618s to take profit or possibly even short, just depending on what else is going on. But the bigger move, the 4 hour, I think is the best place to look for total 3. With the indicators that I've got on here anyway. And we're starting to do it. We're above the 200 moving average. We're bullish. If we're above the 4 hour 200 moving average, that's good. And we need good. We haven't been above it oh my God! It's been 10 days since we've been above it. Gosh, I missed you so much. 200. Hopefully we'll keep it. And my other chart, I've got this labels as a breakout and of the horizontals, and we finally got above this area here, looking good. Resistance ahead, but things are looking more favorable. The bleeding has stopped. We can start looking for a little upside, and we may entertain the idea of buying them pullbacks when they start buying the dip thing, you know. But you got to have that dry powder from taking profits on the way up, like at these resistant areas. So you're definitely at an area that's worth taking a little profit, just in case we get a little pullback this week. Come over and take a look at Bitcoin, what she's doing now in these small ass time frames. Get to a chart that I can actually see here. So she's been coming up during our show. That's what you want. That's what's called. We make Bitcoin pump on this show. Yeah. Anyway, we have no control over what Bitcoin does, but there are certain time frames when US opens around, you know, 9:30. From about you pre-market and all that, 9 o'clock to noon is usually when you see things move the U.S. market open. That's why a lot of your YouTubers have their shows open at that time. And as much as they claim that they're the ones moving the market, I mean that. And then when they do the 8 p.m. shows, if there are 8 p.m. shows, that's a good time frame too, because that's when the Asia market opens. Asia just hasn't been a big of a player lately, but sometimes you'll get some little pumps right there around 8 o'clock. Asia comes in. If they're horny, baby, only if they're horny. Sure are respecting this trend line Bitcoin on this 6-minute time frame, and that's looking awful mighty juicy of you. I want to come over to a different chart that's got some other targets on it. Which one were I? This one? You look the same. This is my COINEX one. There's that little voice that says, we're going to try to run for it. And I hope that you do. I hope that we go up to, retest these higher highs here. The official 886 Fibonacci comes in at 110 right through there. I don't know if we'll make it past it. It's bullish AF if we can keep going past it and even zigzag around here in this area and maintain it. Because normally when you hit a bearish area for a pivot area, the whole price starts to actually pivot and get rejected, and it doesn't hang out there a lot. And we're fighting that. We started hanging around here at this pivot point. We're above it now, the 786, so it's bullish. That's bullish to do that. Let's see how much further we can carry it before we run out of steam and have to do a correction. But considering where we have bounced from over here, Fibonacci wise, it is hinting, throwing the ever subtle hints that she may be trying to rock our world. We don't want to miss out on that. I've been cautiously optimistic and been cautious, not ruling it out that could be happening. And we're seeing some of the little signs starting to tick off of our little checkbox that would indicate that it might be time, people. We might have to wait for that little bigger pullback until she finds her higher high, that 114 or 120 area, and then correct. And it may be a pullback to 100,000. Remember, we can get 20-30% pullback. So the higher we get, the more 100 starts to start looking like a floor. And it could be fun. It might be fun if you're on the right side of it. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. This turkey has got his 2 hours in, feeling a little sleepy. Probably should have spent more time in the chat there, but we'll do that here at the end when we go back over some of these things, all right? Scuba Gerbil, my man, what? Ondo's been looking a little bit stronger. Yeah, it has. I still don't like the thing. I still got some, a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's an interesting week that we got going on. Interesting things. M2 money supplies are still growing, and that helps us out. And maybe one of these days Jerome Powell will turn on that printer. It's not good for the long run, but it is good to pump our bags in the short term so we can take our cut of the pie and not have to pay back as much when they come to collect it. The spaceman better not. Hey, Haven, how's it going? Spaceman better not attack bananas. All right, good evening, everybody. Let's get out here and make some of that money with these altcoins.
Yeah, rising through the night. Caught in the glow, where the charts collide, dips fade away.
Anita Cho, thank you for showing up. Do we have an Elvis here on the end screen? Seems like we do. Excuse me, darling.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Gas fees, flicker whales, dance in the haze. I'm stacking dreams in this digital maze. Every coin I claim lights a moon.
Road Doggy Dog, the Bob Ross charting.
Bull runs my wave. I'm rewriting.
Hey, good to see you, Joe. So you're not streaming tonight? I kind of miss those streams. I get to wind down, then I get to chill out and watch Joe stream. One time he did it at 4 in the morning and I happened to be up. I do that too much. Actually, I want to try. I'm really wanting to change. That's one of the reasons why I went earlier tonight. I'm still fighting with this whole scheduling circadian rhythm thing, because I really want to be up when the market moves, and be part of that and be planning on that. So I'm trying to maybe force a new routine of so I can be ready for the markets earlier. Because they're starting to move in America right now with this Bitcoin stuff. Well, I'm curious to see what happens. I don't know if I said this and made this is clear. Let me turn the music down. But I'm also looking at the idea that Bitcoin might retrace, and then we might be coming back to around 105, or maybe even back to retrace to $100,000. I'm looking for signs that might happen too, and so far I'm not seeing them yet. But that could happen over the next day or two. I don't know. It all depends on what how we do with these areas over here. But I wouldn't mind a pullback down there at all. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't, now that we're starting to see a lot of more people talk about it and seeing the squeeze coming in on Bitcoin. But I'm ready if we do, and if we don't, well, then I've got to adjust my plans a little bit and probably buy it in some more uncomfortable places. I don't really want to buy at tops to sell it. I don't really want to buy high to sell higher. But we will at some point get a pullback, and a good one, and it will shake the market again. It always happens. It doesn't have to be as steep as the last one we had, but pulling back to 100,000 I think is very, very easy to do, and probably a little bit more healthy. We're probably gonna have to test that area a couple of times, I think. Nita Cho says, I'm going to 8x my original on Thursday. Hey, just make sure you take a little bit of that out, or you might regret it. I mean, it's just always better to take some. Hard habit. Yeah, retrace would be good. Everybody chant, pull back, pull back. OG1 says, they say from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. is time. It is. That's a pretty sweet little window. Good night, so. Good night, everybody. See you again tomorrow.
Good night, John boy.